Let's turn our focus now to Nigeria's aviation sector. From landmark infrastructure upgrades to firm regulatory enforcement, the last 2 years under President Tinubu have seen some bold moves reshaping the nation's airspace, but not without challenges. For instance, the NCAA reported over 5,000 flight delays out of 10,000 plus flights in just 2 months, September to October last year. Joining me is the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, SAN. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you for inviting me.
And congratulations on your appointment as chairman of the Banjul Accord Group. We hear it's a significant regional endorsement. Let's begin by finding out what you think this role means for Nigeria's aviation standing, especially in promoting air safety and policy harmonization across West Africa.
Well, thank you very much. I think, first of all, we have to congratulate Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, under whose guidance we have championed some of these very bold reforms in the aviation sector. And these bold reforms have reverberated throughout West Africa. And that is why the West African ministers under the Banjul Accord Group have decided to make Nigeria the leader this time in terms of the regional issues regarding safety and all the issues regarding aviation within the West African region. And I think this is a testament to Mr. President's very, very clear-sighted objectives when it comes to aviation under this renewed hope agenda. What it means, therefore, is that the reforms we have championed, and we have championed very bold policy reforms, and I think that is one of the major plus for the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration in the aviation sector, because before, we just ran the aviation sector without a direction, just pursuing infrastructural issues here and there without knowing clearly where the whole ecosystem is going. But under us, we have put it together, really together, in terms of being clear-sighted as to where we will be in the next few months, the next few years, and the next decade. So I think it's a testament to Mr. President's bold vision regarding the aviation sector, which some of us have been very privileged to implement on behalf of Mr. President.
We have a very short time, Mr. Keyamo, and there are quite a number of things I'd like to, talk to you about. You announced Nigeria's first international air show for first quarter this year with a projected $500 million revenue. But it's now May. What's the status? Are global aerospace giants confirmed? What benefits should Nigerians expect?
Yes, many of them have been confirmed. And then just to let you put it in clear context, this is a centenary year. So we are lucky again to have Mr. President as the centenary president when it comes to aviation. I'm also the centenary minister. This year marks 100 years of aviation in Nigeria. The first aircraft landed in Kano in 1925. So we are celebrating 100 years of aviation in Nigeria this year. And it is that celebration to round off the celebration sometime around December. There are a series of activities lined up, but to round it up properly and round it off properly around December, that's December 2nd to 4th, we are billed to have the Nigeria International Air Show, the first ever, which is also a first for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the first ever in the history of the country, where we are going to bring all the major aircraft manufacturers, aircraft leasers, those who have anything to do with aviation, those who have anything to do with radar systems, even with drones, the whole of aviation ecosystem around the world. We're inviting them to Nigeria to celebrate 100 years of aviation in Nigeria in December. And once we are ready, we hope we approach Mr. President and appeal to him to be physically there to flag it off.
So I have heard some say that with the delay, Mr. Keyamo, I've heard some say perhaps with the delay, we are looking at concerns about Nigeria's credibility in hosting such a high-stake aviation event. Is that a concern? Do we need to restore some confidence?
No, I don't think it's a concern. Delays and cancellations, they happen all over the world. It's just that we should be a bit more proactive, because at times maybe ours is also caused by a number of reasons which we are tackling. I'm going to come to that during this interview. But that is not a criteria or a criterion to say we should not go ahead to showcase what we have before the world. We are the biggest nation in Africa. We are the most populous nation. We are the most traveled people. Most of those traffic you hear, in other places like South Africa, Ethiopia, Egypt, they are not passengers traveling from those countries. Those passengers you hear, those traffic you hear, is because those places are transit points in Africa. So you can imagine that we are not yet a major transit point. That's where we are going. But even without being a transit point, we are doing close to 60 million passengers per annum. Without being a transit point, just a terminal point. That's to show the type of volume of traffic we have in Nigeria. So we have the market, we have the geographical position, very, very strategic geographical position. Imagine we are 6 hours away from South America. We are 6 hours away from South Africa. We are 6 hours away from Europe. We are 6 hours away from the Middle East. We are equidistant to some of these major places. So, and that is why Mr. President, for example, has been very, very keen that we open the South American route, because it's just 6 hours across the Atlantic. But now we have to go all the way to Europe or go back to Middle East in order to connect, South America. Right. So we are working on all of these, on all of these challenges. But then, is it the chicken that comes before the egg, or the egg before the chicken? That's what we're saying. Is it because you are having challenges, you are not going to showcase who you are and what you are before the world? I think it's better you show them what you can do, your capability, so you can attract more investment into the sector. And that
Let us talk about flight delays.
Some of these challenges you are talking about.
Yes.
So we have to attract investment into the sector to address some of these challenges that you are talking about.